This substitute teacher, wife of the police chief, and daughter of the mayor has been arrested for doing unthinkable things to teenagers. This is Emma Hancock, born in 1996. She was a substitute teacher in her town of Wellston, Oklahoma. Now, Emma is a lifelong resident of Wellston, Oklahoma. Her father, Paul Whitnam, is the mayor of the town. Now, along with her father being the mayor, she's also hired to the town's police chief, Alfred Hancock, who she shares 2 children with.
Hancock is married to Wellston Chief of Police Alfred Hancock, and her father is Wellston Mayor Paul Whitnam.
It makes me wonder if anyone else under these circumstances would have been allowed to set up if their father wasn't the town mayor or their husband wasn't the chief of police. I feel like the mayor and the chief of police should step down.
Now, in October of 2022, Hancock began a relationship with one of the male students at the high school. The relationship involved sharing explicit pictures over Snapchat.
The victim's father alleges the substitute teacher sent his son nude pictures after she was assigned to teach classes the 15-year-old student was in. Court documents list 3 separate specific incidents where the student and teacher had illegal contact, 2 of which were in October of 2022. The first time, the documents say Hancock and the student were alone in a classroom together for about 45 minutes. They say, quote, Hancock arranged this rendezvous with the assistance of messaging another student on Snapchat, telling her to inform the student to go to her room at lunchtime because she had something for him, but instructed the other student to keep it quiet. In November 2022, the lawsuit says the substitute teacher met with the student again. When the Wellston Public School principal found out about this, the documents say he contacted the victim's father, and the student did admit he was having a relationship with his teacher.
Now, when rumors started circulating about this relationship, Hancock reassured the teens that they wouldn't get caught.
After rumors began circulating, Hancock allegedly said, quote, it would not amount to anything because they were not going to get caught.
Now, these were some serious charges, and the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation started investigating whether these claims were true or not. But this teacher, she did everything through Snapchat. So there was a physical record of the photos, of the messages, of the communications between her and this student. So after the district attorney's office spoke with the student, other authorities, and looked at the evidence, the wife of the police chief and daughter of the mayor was arrested.
Tonight, a former Wellston substitute teacher accused of having a sexual relationship with a student. Officials say that she turned herself in today after the district attorney's office filed charges.
26-year-old Emma Delaney Hancock was booked in Lincoln County on Thursday. OSBI spokesman Gerald Davidson says the agency was brought in to help the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office with their investigation in November.
According to the affidavit, it looks like there were some Snapchat messages between the Hancock and the student, and it evolved to become sexual in nature.
Court documents say Hancock got the victim's number to share a Future Farmers of America assignment, and then added him on Snapchat that same day. After exchanging, quote, normal messages, things became sexual. Between October 23rd and 30th, the two shared nude photos and sexual videos.
Yes, some interaction between the Hancock and the student did occur at school according to the affidavit.
Records say on 2 occasions, she and a 15-year-old student kissed each other at school while hiding inside pantries or closets.
We turned in the information to the local district attorney's office, and then they decide what charges are going to be filed.
Those charges include indecent proposals or acts to a child under 16, solicitation by technology, and soliciting obscene materials from a minor. According to Wellston Superintendent Mike Franz, quote, these allegations came about in November. The district cooperated when asked throughout OSBI's investigation.
Now, as the New York Post reports, Hancock was released on $50,000 bond. Now, Emma Hancock pleaded not guilty to all charges and elected to go to trial. Now, during the 3-day trial, prosecutors put on a mountain of evidence. First, they had the student testify about the relationship and the makeout sessions that he and the teacher allegedly had. The state also called other students who testified about the relationship and said that the victim flaunted the relationship between him and the teacher and showed the Snapchat messages and photos of the teacher. So along with the victim and the students, the state called about 20 different witnesses. Now, there's a big but in the prosecution's case. And that but is, although prosecutors kept referencing these photos and videos, because they used Snapchat to exchange the photos and videos, they were all destroyed, because that's one of the things Snapchat does. You see it for a second and then it's deleted. Now, law enforcement was unable to recover any of the photos and videos shared between the two. Now, that brings us to the defense of Miss Hancock. Now, obviously her attorney said that there was no relationship with any student and that there were no videos and photos because she never sent them. And that's what the defense hammered on, that there was no recovered Snapchat messages, photos, or videos corroborating any of these claims. Now, Hancock testified and admitted that there were a couple of inappropriate instances, like her allowing the 15-year-old to use her vape pen, but denied anything more than that. The defense straight up suggested that the witnesses the prosecution was putting on were exaggerating and fabricating these claims. Hancock's father, the mayor of the town, and her husband, who was the police chief, both testified on her behalf, maintaining that she was innocent and said there was no physical evidence claiming that she did any of this stuff. Now, after both sides presented their case, we get to the verdict. The jury, after considering all the evidence, found Miss Hancock not guilty on 3 counts. Both counts of lewd and indecent acts, she was found not guilty, and 1 additional count of soliciting sexual conduct. She was also found not guilty. Now, these not guilty verdicts was a huge win for the defense, because if she was found guilty of these particular charges, she could have ended up in jail for decades. But the jury did find her guilty of 2 felony counts. The first count was soliciting sexual conduct or communications by use of technology. And she was also convicted on count 2, which was showing sexual videos to students. Now, the second charge came because allegedly the students had testified that Hancock had showed them a video of her kissing another woman, but Hancock responded that she didn't show them the video. She was actually watching it on her phone, and some students looked over her shoulder and saw what she was looking at. Now, the chief of police and Hancock's husband said that he backed his wife 1,000%. He said, quote, "She looked me dead in the eyes and said, 'There's nothing on her phone. I mean, I believe that there's nothing there.'" That's what Alfred Hancock told the jurors. "She's my wife. I believe her. I'm on her side." Now, after being found guilty, Lincoln County District Judge Sheila Kirk sentenced Hancock to 6 years in prison, 3 years for each charge. Hancock will likely only serve 4 years behind bars if she adheres to the conditions of the sentencing. Now, along with the prison sentence, she also has to register as a sex offender when she gets out. So, you know what? Now it's time to throw it to you. What do you think about this case? Do you think the jury got it right? Do you think this mother of 2, daughter of the mayor, wife of the police chief, do you think she got screwed in this particular case? Do you think the jury got it right? Because essentially they found her guilty of what she admitted to. She admitted that the students did see that video of her kissing another woman because they were looking over her shoulder, and she did send some interesting messages that could be seen as sexual in nature, but there were no videos, there were no pictures. So, what else could you do? So let me know how you feel in the comments section. I think the jury got it as right as you can get it. I don't know if all of these students were lying, because that's essentially what Hancock was saying. Everyone was lying and she was innocent and never did anything like this. But the jury seems like they believed her on some of the more serious charges and didn't believe her when it came to sexing one of her students. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm out of here. Peace.